RKO the Infamous and WO back with another video doing my UFC on Fuel 4. I believe this is the fourth one. Yes, it is. Mark Munoz versus Chris Weidman. Pretty main card review. There was 6 fights on this card, and it was lasted about 3 hours. What time is it now? It is 10:55, and it started at 8 o'clock, with no pretty much matches in between to fill up the time, and it lasts 3 hours. Usually these cards only have 4 matches, and it lasts about 2 hours, but this one had 6 matches, lasts about 3 hours. And the first matchup was Rafael Dos Anjos versus Anthony Njokuani, and this was pretty much a one-sided fight, I have to say. Rafael Dos Anjos pretty much dominated the entire fight, and Anthony pretty much did nothing this fight. He did not use the advantage of his reach, and Dos Anjos pretty much came close, beat him up, took him down, beat him up. Second round did the same thing. In the third round, Anthony got a little bit shots in, but couldn't do really much to put him away. Did a couple good shots. And then ended in a 3-round decision for Rafael Dos Anjos, and one of the judges gave it 29-27, I believe, which I thought was weird, because he really did nothing to clinch that third round, which he probably gave that to. But the other 2 judges gave 39-27, which I thought was right. Next up matchup, we got TJ Dillashaw versus Vaughn Lee, and this match, it ended up quick. 2 minutes 30 seconds in the first round. TJ Dillashaw got a rear naked choke submission and got the victory. And TJ Dillashaw in the entrance was got a good reaction. Next up, we got Francis Carment versus Carlos Bomella, and this was another submission rear naked choke, except this submission happened in the second round. First minute 39 seconds in the second round, and Francis Carment got the victory. Then we got Kenny Robertson versus Aaron Simpson, and this was another pretty much back and forth fight, and Aaron Simpson ended up getting 2 out of 3 rounds. One of the judges gave him 30-27, the rest gave him 29-28, 29-28, and another decision. Then we got another fight, James T. Huna versus Joey Beltran, and pretty much this was a domination by James T. Huna, and he ended up winning a unanimous decision, 30-27, 30-27, and actually one judge gave him a 30-26, which was like kind of shocking, but could see that, and he got the victory. Then we got the main event. Pretty much this was a contendership for Mark Munoz. If he won, he's most likely to fight Anderson Silva in the next fight after his win at, I believe, UFC 138 against Chris Weidman. And that was not the case, because Chris Weidman dominated in the first round, pretty much taking him down to the ground and trying to get like a guillotine choke, or a rear naked choke, or a dart choke, or trying to get a choke on Mark Munoz. Well, that wasn't the case. He landed short elbows, a lot of short elbows in this, and Mark Munoz tried to get up, but he kept getting taken down. Second round, the same thing happened, but Mark Munoz got up. They started going back and forth. Mark Munoz missed the punch, and then Chris Weidman elbowed him in the face, knocked him down, took a flurry of punches. I thought the referee should have stopped it sooner. He was busted wide open. The blood was coming out, like you could see the blood just spraying out of his forehead after the ref stopped that fight. And Chris Weidman wins by second round TKO or knockout, or yeah. But Chris Weidman has beat Mark Munoz, so I guess probably another fight for Chris Weidman. And probably have a good chance of fighting Anderson Silva if he wins by a dominating fashion like he did against Mark Munoz. But I don't see him being a #1 contender. I see him being a contender now after beating Mark Munoz. But #1 contender, I don't think so. I think he needs like at least one more fight under his belt to get that. Maybe against we could probably finally see the Chael Sonnen versus Mark Munoz fight, which we were supposed to see on the UFC on Fox, which wasn't the case. So now, yep. That is pretty much my review of UFC on Fuel 4. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and that is all.